All right, Sensation's back at you, and you're looking at my next project there. Just lift you up a little bit, you might be able to see a little bit better. There we go right there. This is my Goodwill Online Auction purchase right here. So, I don't really know what we got. It's the mystery PC. I took it out of the box, didn't have time to mess with it yesterday, so I figured I'd get the camera out today and we'd mess with it. The case is in terrible shape, and I noticed that originally, and I'll pull the side panel off, it's already loose, but it's missing some stuff in the front, and it's just overall, I might have put you up too high. Jack you back down a little bit. It's just overall in pretty poor condition here. So we can see that off the bat. Might not be able to do much for the case, and we're in the Christmas push now too to get stuff out. But let's not waste any time, because I don't have a lot of time while I'm trying to get PCs ready to get them listed. All of it, that takes time. So I need to rock and roll to see what parts we can use and what we can't. I figured I would buy it for parts, right? The case was in bad shape. I could see that. But I knew it was loaded with parts because the side panel was off, of course, and in the pictures. But I couldn't make out what anything was until I pulled that panel off after I got it out of the box. We have some type of Intel system with a GTX 980 Ti in it that we paid $137 for, shipped to our door. We got a Corsair CX600M power supply, 240 millimeter liquid cooler, although that thing's got some, it's missing some blades. That fan is, let's get in there and take a look, get your teeth in there to see it. That fan is missing a couple of blades there. So I would say that this computer is, maybe it took a tumble, who knows, I don't know. But there's a good look of the inside of it. Got a couple sticks of RAM in it, don't know what those are yet. Like I said, GTX 980 Ti classified right there, EVGA. I can tell by the way well, it's a Z87 board, so it's likely a 4th gen Intel is what we're looking at here. We got some Corsair fans in the front, fan in the back, so 3 fans in the case, counting the 2 up here, but one of those is broken pretty severely. But we got wires running everywhere, but it looks like for the most part everything's hooked up, so if we tie it into the monitor, maybe we can see what it does. It was sold for parts or repair, so I mean it's sold broken, not working. So what is broken about it? Let's figure out what's broken, what it's doing when we put power to it, right? And just go through the regular SimStation stuff. So I have the monitor sitting here that I use for my testing and videoing and you name it. We're just gonna plug an HDMI port in. Gonna reach over here and grab us a USB port, or my wireless controllers there, and we just need a power cord for the power supply, right? And then we'll see if it sparks, burns, smokes, or you'll see it just like I do. And we can, if we get it to light up, we'll be able to know exactly what we have without tearing it down. So I prefer we get it to light up, right? Well, we got fans spinning on initial startup here. Let's see if we light up and get into the BIOS screen, or if it goes into Windows install. Or one of the things I noticed right off the bat is our radiator fans, our CPU fans, are not turning. So could that be because of broken stuff? And yeah, we're definitely not posting here. Still flashing, it's not resetting or anything, so we're definitely not posting. Let's go ahead and cut that off. I think what we'll try to do first is go to the onboard graphics on it. I'll take the graphics card out of the way, because if this case took a jar, it could have shuffled some of the stuff around, right? And if it shuffled stuff around, then what did it mess up? What could be messed up in it? Let's get the screw out of the one screw in the graphics card out. Let's get that one screw out of the graphics card and make sure our power's off there. We don't need any short outs, but we'll get that out of the way. Hopefully that 980 Ti is good, because I do got $137 in this deal. So we having an Intel should have onboard graphics here. So let's just plug into that, okay? And let's see what we get. Will it light up? Will it work? We got power going back to it again. My blue light's lit solid on my... Uh-oh, there we go, right there. So something's wrong with the graphics card apparently. But look at that. We have a 4th gen Intel like I suspected, and it's a i5-4670. So let me get you zoomed in so you can see that better. Well, I've got you zoom max on it. But we have an i5-4670 CPU, and we've got 16 gigs of DDR3 memory in there. So those two sticks must be 8 gigs apiece, which is exactly what they are. Let's take a look at the hardware monitor. Oh yeah, look at that CPU temperature. If you can see it over there, it's 77 degrees, 78 Celsius, and just climbing. And that's because those fans are turning. So I just wanted to see if it would boot and work. Not boot, but post. And we've got a posting unit here. So I bought this for parts. I'm going to tell you guys and gals that right now. When I seen the case, I knew there wasn't much saving this particular case. The front panel's busted off of it, and I can show you that just by, well, you can tell that by the way that it is over here. Just, you know, just flopping. All the clips are busted. It's missing panels on it and stuff. So I bought this for parts. I'm going to get you back to a normal view too. All right, no super zoom, but just basically normal size. So I bought it for parts. Mostly because memory prices are going up. I'm always low on power supplies, right? We got extra fans, 240 millimeter CPU cooler. I do want to figure out why those fans aren't turning though. But this case was garbage. And I'm getting PCs ready to flip for Christmas. So I've already got the Find It, Fix It, or Flip It listed. $450 is the listing price on that one. It's listed. I've got a couple others. I'm waiting on fans and stuff to come in. But memory prices have gone crazy, and DDR4 memories even climbed up considerably higher than what it was. And I've actually thought about selling the DDR5 RAM out of my iRacing rig and just gaming on something else for a while. Our season's almost over, and mine might be over a little quicker if I miss the chase in the 2 series, because I'm right on the cutoff. I just haven't had a good season in that, but we won't discuss that right now. So this was our Goodwill purchase. I forgot I ordered it. It come out of San Antonio, Texas, honestly, and I ordered this like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I won that auction. So the fact that the 4th gen board posted, we got a 600 watt power supply, 16 gigs of memory, and the 4th gen board and processor, I'm going to say that was probably worth the $137. Or maybe that was a little too much. But if this works, then it was definitely worth it, right? So we'll have to see. Oh, I don't know what's going on here, but there's movement in that card. I mean, you can just jiggle it around and get movement out of it. So, but I'm going to repackage this thing. So I'm going to show you my marketplace find that we're going to try to transfer stuff into, get this stuff working right, and make another Christmas build right here. So we'll put this on another Find It, Fix It, or Flip It. But I will get the costs together for you as I show you this stuff. We have $137 in this one, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna move this off here so I can show you my next marketplace find that's gonna go with this, and then we can tear it down and put it all together and make it one. So that's what we're gonna do right here on SimStation today. It's the rush to get things ready for Christmas. And it takes a little while longer to record these videos, but I'm gonna do them because I want you to see what I'm putting together to go out the door. The 4690, I'd rather have a 4770 or 4790K obviously to go into this, but we don't have it, right? But we do have a nice Z87 board here. We've got 16 gigs of memory, so we got guts. We got good guts, and I'm probably gonna pull out the next part and you're gonna say, oh no, you don't do that. But it's Christmas, we need to get builds together. Let's put them out the door. Solid builds, right? We got good parts to start with here, so let's just try to stay on the right page. But let me get the next component to this. I'm gonna see if you guys know how you can tell if a CPU cooler is bad, especially a liquid cooler. Go ahead and look at this one. You're gonna see corrosion on that radiator. Right up here at the top. If you look in there where my finger was at, move that out of the way, you'll see the corrosion where this cooler has been leaking. So I was hoping I might be able to reuse it, but not going to. It's been leaking, so it's garbage. We're gonna throw it in the garbage where it goes. It's got one possibly good big Corsair fan on it, the other one's junk. We're in the middle of tearing this down. I got a couple more fans to pull out of it, obviously. I was kind of hoping secretly the 240 millimeter liquid cooler was good, but no such luck on that. I'm gonna get the power supply out, take 2 more fans out of this thing. We're gonna do some parts cleaning. But I think what we'll do next after I get this tore down is we'll actually hook that motherboard and that graphics card up, and let's just see if we can get the posts with that 980 Ti. I'd really like that card to be good because that's going to make the $200 cost that I got into this thing nearly $200, right? That'll make it worth it. We'll have a $400 build when I'm done. At Christmas time, it's a $400 build, so we can double up on it, and that's a great deal on our find it, fix it, or flip it, in my opinion. And this will be number 4 in that series, but this thing was just falling off before, and now it's hooked on and don't want to come off, so go figure that out, right? But we got busted stuff falling down in here. Oh my gosh, what is that? That's a piece of glass, guys. Like a glass bottle in that thing, and a piece of plastic there. So be careful when you're working on these things. You get yourself cut up because you don't never know what's stuffed inside of one of these. Maybe it was in some kind of accident or some kind of domestic violence dispute. I don't know. Come from the Goodwill, so who knows. We got big dent at the top of it. It's a shame too because this was really a nice build at one time. You can tell. Anytime you see these guidance pins in here though, guys and gals, them center pins like that, take them out because you can use them in other cases. So we'll take that out of there. I'll get the power supply out, get those 2 fans out. I don't know if they're going to be worth reusing. It's cheaper just to order a cheap RGB kit to sell these things, right? In fact, I'm waiting on one today for another one. So let me get it tore the rest of the way down. We'll set us up a test bench up here, and we'll test that 980 Ti, and we'll make sure we got a good working unit. I'm gonna have to go find a CPU cooler for this though, because that liquid cooler is definitely leaking and we're not going to be using it. All right, this might be the moment of truth. We got everything set up here to test it now, out of the case. So the 980 Ti is on the board. We got everything plugged in. We're going to hit the power button. Then we're going to bump start it. What is going on here? Did we hit the power? Oh, we got our light plugged in. We're not plugged in, guys and gals, so let's try that again. You're going to lose a little bit of light, but it'll be all right. We'll get back in a minute. There we go. You're going to lose a lot of light, but it'll be all right. We'll get it back. You can still see. All right, here we go. I lost more light than you did, I think. I don't know. Oh, there we go. We got sounds going. What we are looking for, though, I found just a little CPU cooler to put on it too, to keep it cooled down more than a non-working, leaking 240 millimeter cooler. All right, this is not good. This, guys and gals, is not good. The fan come on and shut off on the card, which is a good sign, I would think. But we got no video output, so that's not good. Should we try another graphics card on here, maybe? Or make sure that we didn't disturb anything when we were taking everything apart, you know, scratch something, putting a cooler on, or could be lots of things, right? Let's make sure we still post without a graphics card. And if we do, we'll try a different graphics card, and we may even try putting this in a different machine to see if we can get a post out of it. So, I mean, there's some, we can still do some back and forth here. But I took it out of the case and put the CPU cooler on it. Let's make sure that we didn't short anything out or mess anything up doing that. So well, I heard that ramp up twice. Oh, we're posting. Well, let's see what our temperatures are. Oh, much better temperatures now that we got a CPU cooler on it. So we can run it more than a second now. So we may have a bad graphics card on this, and that's going to be a bum deal. Honestly, I mean, I was kind of looking forward to that thing working. Let's make sure it's not the motherboard, though. That's something on the PCI Express, but we've got, you know, 3 of those that we can mess with. So we'll figure something out here, right? We'll try a different graphics card in it first, and then we'll see if there's something might be wrong with this board. So we'll find out. First thing is, let's make sure that it's not on, oh, because it's got onboard graphics. Let's make sure that it, I don't know, isn't turned on to the onboard graphics. Was that even a thing on the 4th gen? I can't remember ever having a problem with that, but load optimize CPU. Overclock, that's advanced turbo. I'm gonna look around here and make sure our PCI Express slots are set up right in the BIOS. I might just do a, what do they call it? Reset on the BIOS. So let me do that. Well, I'll be darned. I think I might have found it. Primary graphics adapter on this thing was set to onboard. So we're gonna change that to PCI Express. We're going to hit F10 here, and we're going to save and exit, and then we're going to shut this down. Because if I'm right, and we put this graphics card on now, it'll post. But maybe I'm not right about it, but maybe I am right about it, but maybe I'm not. Could it be that easy? I don't know. Before I fire it up, put it down in the comment section. You tell me. Did I really just figure this out by going into the BIOS and somebody had set this to onboard graphics? And possibly, just possibly, and I want you to think about this really hard before you answer me on it. Did somebody turn this into the Goodwill because they thought it was broken, because it wouldn't light up no more, because somebody who didn't know what they were doing maybe got in the BIOS and switched that to onboard graphics, and all of a sudden their PC didn't work anymore? Because some people don't know what they're doing in those settings. So you see where I'm headed with that? Is that possible? I would almost bet that it is possible. Is it plausible in this situation? I don't know. But if I am right, possibly our GTX 980 Ti might work here. That would be cool, wouldn't it? All right, we got fanage running. Let's see if we get a display. Please, for the love of... We did it! You can't make it up. I'm gonna have to flip you guys around here so you can see it with your own eyes. We got it working. So that was the problem with it. We're doing good now. Even with the junk case, we got a good $137 deal, in my opinion. Can't make it up. Let me shut you down and move you around here. All right, so you should be able to see that a little, but not quite as well. Intel Core i5-4670K, 3.4 gigahertz is the base speed on it. I think it's about 4 gigahertz when it's maxed out. If I'm not mistaken on this one, 3.94 gigahertz, somewhere in there. 16 gigs of RAM. We got two 8 gig sticks in it. There's the overclock tweaker. Under advanced, I think I found this under chipset. Right there, PCI Express. And this was on onboard graphics, so that's what happened to it. There's different tools. There's our hardware monitor. We're turning about 42 degrees Celsius, which is about right for that little cooler. We're setting the silent mode on that stuff. There is no hard drive, and there was no hard drive with it. So, gosh, those things aren't cheap now either, are they? Nothing's cheap on it. This is what we wanted to get to, though. We've got our bones. So we're going to have we'll be a little over $200 into this if I got to get a hard drive. But man, we got a good PC build here, guys and gals. We really do. For a Christmas build, this will be a good one. That CPU, though, is kind of going to 4 cores now. Just not quite enough. And I wish there was something I could do about that. That's the part that's holding me back a little bit. So I have another plan brewing too that might go in that case behind us. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel a lot better about $137 worth of parts right here. After the 980 Ti come on, that pretty much said it. We don't have drivers in it yet or anything because we're not that far. But I'm gonna cut you guys off because I gotta clean some stuff up, throw some stuff out into the scrap pile, and let's get to putting a build together today. Let's build something. Let's get something ready to go out the door. All right, so I noticed as I was editing this video that I got down to where there would be an ending and it was gone. And the reason why is because I made last second decisions and I did some pivoting. And what I ended up building was the little i7-2600 out of the gateway, and instead of going in the Corsair case, at the end you seen it was in the Q300L Cooler Master Micro ATX case, and that sold within 2 hours. It really did. That computer did. I still have that Corsair case I give $50 for, and I also still have that i5. What was it, a 44, whatever it is in this video. I still have that whole setup except for the power supply, because I put that in one of the Christmas computers to sell. Update on the Christmas computers, we sold 4. I held one of them back, deleted the ad for it, and it was used on the second racing rig for my Air Force son to do his iRacing on when he was here. And he was able to use it for that. The Alienware is still with me, and that is because he used that in his bedroom as his gaming PC, and it worked great too. I have another case to show you that I got from Goodwill, and I'm gonna kind of combine two Goodwill purchases, and you'll see that. The Corsair case, I told you I wanted to do a Ryzen build in it. I'd rather do that, and that's what's getting done in that one. And I picked up all the components to do it, so that's going to be in a different video. I hope you enjoyed this one. The Goodwill online finds have been sporadic, but some of them are pretty good deals, and I think you're going to see that from the last couple of videos. But this is going to wrap up our I don't think it's going to completely wrap up the Christmas content, because I think I might have one more to show you. I got as much footage as I could, but like I said, in the keyboard video, for those of you that watched it, you'll know, I took a couple of weeks off and didn't do any filming or anything in that 2 weeks time. Some things have changed too in the editing rig and other things going on. If you look behind me, you'll see Mac OS opened up on our Hackintosh, and this has got a ton of hard drives in it now. And I'm editing this video that's going to go up, so I don't know why this is acting the way it is. There we go. But I got Mac OS up and running because our Hackintosh is now our editing rig, and I'm gonna have to add some things to it to make it work right for it, but I think we're going to be able to make it work. The editing PC is having problems. I'm going to do a video on that. We're going to try to diagnose it. That's the i7-4790K. If I plug this guy in with my SD card and USB 3, if I plug it into the editing rig and try to get my video off of it, it constantly disconnects and reconnects. And I thought this adapter was bad until I set up my Hackintosh and plugged it in, and it works fine. So I'm having some USB issues on the 4790K, and I don't know if the motherboard's dying or not, but if it is, we have other 4th gen motherboards, right? But let's not get off the beaten path. We'll do a separate video on that. As far as this one goes, though, we still have the i5, and I have an excellent build idea for that one. So we still have the GTX 980 Ti. We still have the 16 gigs of RAM that was on it. I've got some videos coming up too where I purchased some hard drives, so you'll see that. Those probably won't be Tuesday night videos. They'll be on a random night like Thursday, or maybe even a Saturday when we clean a keyboard or something. I hope you enjoyed this one, though. It definitely was a good find for the parts that I got for it, and I think most of you can agree with that. I wish we would have had a case to put it in to end the video out, but we didn't at the time. We may have one now, but we didn't at the time. And I'm not ready to get to that part of the video because I'm working on some other stuff. I robbed some parts from some of my regular people. One of them I said I never rob another part from, and I robbed 2 parts from it. And I'm still kicking myself for it today, okay? And one of those parts I robbed was a hard drive. Let me tell you guys and gals, I never asked for anything. But if you've got solid state drives around there somewhere that you're not using and you want to hook a guy up, SimSation is the man in need right now. Let me show you what I did. So I've been buying hard drives, okay? I'm not going to lie about it, but these are 128 gigabytes. And these drives really aren't big enough to do nothing but load an OS and put a bigger drive. But I may have bought some regular hard drives that are super big. And I have a big plan for that, is why. And you'll see that upcoming. But that's going to be a big, it may even be a series of videos that I'm going to do, building one particular thing. But I think you guys and gals will like it and enjoy it. That's going to do it for this video, though. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I think you know that, and I really do truly mean it. And you can hit me up at simsation19@gmail.com if you have any hard drives that you're looking to unload. the price is just insane. I could buy a hard drive for $35, a 500 gig, and I used to buy them all the time, PNYs. You guys know that from Best Buy. That was kind of my go-to drive for some of these builds, right? They're not in stock, and if they are, they're $70 instead of $35, so they literally doubled in price for the 500 gig. I mean, you're paying over $1 a gigabyte now, and that's pretty substantial on a hard drive, right? And look at the price of the M.2s and the NVMe's. You know, this stuff is just going up a ton, and I'm still waiting on one from Walmart. It was supposed to be here the same day, and that was a week ago. So that's an M.2 1 terabyte drive, and we need that for our Corsair Ryzen build that we're working on. But I may have acquired some more Ryzen stuff, some other motherboards and stuff like that. You'll see that in videos too. This one though, this is unfortunately going to be the end of this particular video, but it's okay because we got more content coming off the parts from this PC. It's going to live on. The case is in the scrap pile though. That's going to go to the scrapyard. That's it for the case. It was in bad shape, guys. I couldn't do anything with it. Could we have modified it and done some stuff? Sure, but it's a waste of time, honestly. You can pick up cases cheap enough off Marketplace that putting all those hours in modifying these cases and then putting custom paint jobs on it, it's not worth it. It's not. I do it just for fun, and it's usually cases that I'm going to keep here. I haven't modded one and sold it as a custom case yet. They're still in my possession. So the only one that might go out is the one we did the acrylic side panel for. And I don't know if that's going to stay with a 2600X. It may get a different motherboard in it too, and you'll see why in upcoming videos. That's it for this one though. Like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll catch you on the very next Sim Station production. Thank you.